Hey everybody, welcome to Coach's Corner number 11. Week number 10 of the football season. High school football is coming to an end, and it has been one of those seasons. Not the greatest season for the Bayhawks, but definitely a learning year. One of those things that only you, as a parent, a grandparent, an aunt and uncle, a dad, might think that we've played pretty well. We learned a lot. And we're going to talk to a few of the Bayhawks. We're going to talk to Coach Leonard, of course, and we're going to do some special stuff this week. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. Since 1968, Pacific Rim Orthopedic Surgeons has provided compassionate and exceptional care in our community. Our team is here for you when you need us most. Proliance Pacific Rim Orthopedic Surgeons.
Sponsors, Import and Classics, right here on Ohio Street, just down from Bellingham High School. If you're looking for a classic car or an import, you need to go see our guys in Import and Classics. Les Schwab Tire, go see Mike on James Street. Les Schwab Tire, they'll take care of you anywhere in Whatcom and Skagit County, but our guy Mike on James Street's where you want to go. Also, Lewis Auto Glass, Mount Vernon, Linden, and right here on downtown State Street in Bellingham. Go see those guys. Go see Bell Bridal, JB Formal Wear over in Fairhaven. Get anything you need for that special occasion. Go see Anna over there. She'd love to talk to you. Tell her Uncle Mike sent you. Also, Proliance Pacific Rim Orthopedic. Go see our guys, Dr. Van Hofwagen and his staff over there at the orthopedics. They are great. Proliance Pacific Rim Orthopedic. They're absolutely fabulous. I'd like to thank all my sponsors. Couldn't do it without you. I could, but it's not as fun. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Coach's Corner, week number 10, Coach's Corner number 11. It has gone by so fast, and there's so many guys that we wanted to talk to, so we're going to try to talk to a few more fellas tonight, and then we're going to try to do one more, maybe, if we can squeeze it in next week. All right, give me your name, your grade, and what position you play for the Bayhawks.
Owen Campbell, left tackle, and I'm a senior this year.
All right, Mr. Campbell, tell me two of your best highlights. We're in week 10. You've got 9 games to pick from. Tell me your favorite highlights.
Probably the win against Marysville Pilchuck. That's always good.
That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. And probably like the long, hard-fought victory against Granite Falls. The last drive touchdown was really good.
That was a good one. Tell me what you're going to do after graduation. You're going to play football anymore? You've had a great season. You've done a great job. Tell me what you're going to do.
Most likely, I'm just going to go to like local college and become an electrician.
There you go.
Get a
Good.
local job here.
Very, very good. Tell me something that was outstanding to you throughout the season. What just really stood out to you?
Probably just like the coaches just trying their best to get us like better every day and every week, and trying like they stay and just work hard.
Do you think you got better?
Oh, yeah.
Man, 100%. I mean, you have gotten so much better from the very beginning of the season to right now. I'm just really proud of you. So tell me, last question, what's it going to take to beat Blaine this week? I know you haven't had a short turnaround. It's really tough to kind of pick it apart, but tell me something that's going to stand out to you.
We got to establish the run game.
Yeah.
Got to block better, and then got to run better because we lose if we don't run well.
Open some holes, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Mr. Jackson can run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, the Frost train, we love that guy, right?
Yeah, he runs through people.
And runs people over, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, hey, good luck in your future. Thanks so much for being a part of our program. We truly appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Good luck. All right, I'll be right back with my next guest. Stay tuned.
Has made Lewis Auto and Residential Glass the Northwest's leading choice since 1929. Whether it's on-the-spot rock chip repair or replacing your windshield, we have been trained and certified to strict national standards to ensure your safety. Our residential division offers the latest in vinyl windows, showers, mirrors, cut, and custom glass. Locally owned and operated since 1929, Lewis Auto and Residential Glass in Bellingham, Linden, and Mount Vernon.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner with Uncle Mike. It's dark out here. Thank goodness we got field lights. My next special guest, this guy is awesome. Here we go.
My name is Kaiser Barker. I'm a junior, and I play O-line and D-line.
And he is a stud. Here's the biggest thing, Bark, okay? Your family responds to more things on my show than anybody else. So tell me your aunt's name. Step up here on the block.
My aunt's name is Meredith.
Okay, and then do you have somebody that lives in Olympia or Tacoma?
That's her.
Okay.
And then maybe my Nana and Papa.
Okay.
They both.
Yeah,
They both watch. From
They
there.
watch too?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I appreciate them watching. Tell me some of the highlights that you might have throughout the last 9 games. We're in week 10 playing against Blaine. Tell me the last 9 weeks. Give me a couple highlights.
I guess like big catches that Bly and Joe made in like the Marysville-Pilchuck game. Those were awesome. Like big stops with like Granite Falls, like at the very end there. That was super cool. Like Matthew Still just smoking that one guy. That was awesome. Things like that. Those are my favorite.
You guys have really done a great job on keeping people out of the end zone. I mean, Marysville-Pilchuck was in the red zone for a long time, and you guys just continued to stop them. Tell me what brought that on?
I don't know. I think those games we played with a lot of grit and whatnot. That's how we were able to stop them. And I think it was, sometimes we don't play with that kind of grit, and that's just what happens in games.
You think we'd be better if we played that way every time?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
So tell me, being a junior, you're going to be a leader next year. Tell me something that you got to make a little bit different to help the Bayhawks go a little further than we did this year.
I think our attitude, like, we can play in this conference and we can win. We've showed that we can win with Marysville-Pilchuck. We've had really close games where we've just kind of given up maybe and whatnot. But if we can just come out there and we know what we're doing, we know these teams are just as good as we are. Just play hard. We can definitely do that, yeah.
You bet. A lot of work in the off season, right?
For sure. Yes.
Good. All right. So tell me, what is it going to take to beat Blaine? Last game, week 10. Got to send the seniors out with a hurrah, right?
Oh, yeah. The grit was just working hard. Don't give up. We can do it. And just like, especially the second half, like we just got to give it all and make sure we score. Run the ball good. I think we've been practicing that a lot in practice, and if we can run the ball, we'll win. Yeah.
Good. All right. You want to tell your Nana and Pop hi or anything?
Hi, Auntie. Hi, Nana and Papa. Just saw them recently. So.
Did you?
Yeah, not my aunt, but saw my Nana. They
Nana
came
Papa.
up for last game. So
Yeah, very
it's really
good.
nice.
Well, I tell you, we really appreciate all the hard work, man. You've really laid it out there. I love linemen. You know, I love linemen. So I appreciate you just going and giving it that grit every week, man. It's tough to be in the trenches and get pounded as bad as you do.
Yeah.
How you feeling? You're healthy?
Hurting a little bit, but
Yeah.
season's almost over, so.
Do you wrestle?
Heal up? No.
Good. So nothing in the winter. You're going to have some time to
No.
heal
Yeah, and then I just throw.
and get bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. All right. We appreciate you, man. Thanks so much. Good luck, baby. We'll see you in the off season. All right. I'll be right back with guest number 3.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Les Schwab Tires.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner, week number 10, Coach's Corner, number 11. My third guest of the evening, Mr. Kroll. How are you, brother?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah? How you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm healthy, so I'm ready for the game.
So, week number 10, 9 hard-fought weeks of football. It's amazing to think that it's over. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it goes by really fast. I mean,
Almost too fast.
I remember the coach said like it's gonna be instant, like blink of an eye, and it's like it goes fast.
So give me a couple highlights. Give me 2 of the things that stick in Kroll's mind. I mean, you got a tough job. You got to get that ball to bend. You got to make sure that you got guys coming in on both sides. It's a tough job to be the center.
Yeah.
Tell me a couple highlights.
A couple of highlights. Icing is like my guards absolutely just like pancaking people. Like I usually help them out, but I mean like Kaiser is just like absolutely just toss people.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch that. And then also like when Frosty just like absolutely runs through people for like 60 yards. That's also pretty fun. Hypes me up.
Yeah, that's a good way to just run people over and
Yeah.
go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, tell me what you're going to need to do against Blaine to beat Blaine this week. They're a good team. They've got the border right power going again.
Yeah, just to get mean up front, be violent, and stay consistent. Don't hang our heads too soon. That's what we did last game, and then we could have won that game, but to win this game, we just got to keep our heads up and just be violent.
All right, you heard it right here from the big guy. You got to be violent. Make sure you join us. It's going to be 6 o'clock Thursday night at Blaine High School. Be there or be square. Or watch us on MMV Broadcasting. I'll be right back. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Week number 11 for the Coach's Corner, but week 10 in high school football. And here we are once again with my favorite guest, Adam Leonard. We are out here at Civic Field tonight because we're doing a little something special with the Knights. But first we're going to talk about week 10 football. It took us a couple days to figure out who we were going to play, but we're going to play Blaine, right?
That's correct. So after practice, there was a 3A, 1A tiebreaker up at Blaine High School. It was Mount Baker, Meridian, and Blaine. So I grabbed one of my team captains, Gabe Van Hofwagen. We drove out there in the cold wind up there in Blaine, and we saw Mount Baker do what Mount Baker does best: run the sneaky wing tee. And they were definitely the smallest team out there, but they ran it perfection, and they're going to move on to go play Zilla over in Eastern Washington. I think near Yakima. I think that's it. So they'll be playing Zilla, and then Meridian's going to move on to play Marysville Getchell, and we are going to move on to play Blaine on tomorrow night, Thursday night.
All right, last practice today. I sat there and watched the last end of the last practice. Unbelievable how fast this season has gone by. Really just a drop. And there's been so many really cool positives that I've been thinking about throughout the last 4 or 5 days. Give me a couple of your big positives throughout this last season.
Well, that's a tough question, Mike, because there are so many things to focus on. I would just say, coming out, the first game, let's go talk about first game. And I wasn't at that first game, but first game under the Space Needle, probably around 85 to 90 degrees on the field, tough game. We score in the first 2 plays. I'm unfortunately not there watching the game, beating the desk down, yelling at my computer screen, watching Joe score in the first 2 plays. And just watch a double overtime battle. Kind of set the tone for the season. I knew that our defense was going to be there to play, and that's a moment for us. I'd have to say our change and finding out where our strengths lie. Watching Ben move over to quarterback and watching Joe Harward move over to wide receiver, and in their first outing in the second half at Archbishop, Joe sets a record most yards per reception. Ben goes out and throws for 200 yards in a running clock second half. Amazing. And then it's kind of set the tone for not only what our offense could be, what our offense is becoming, and what they will be in the future. So I think that was a huge moment. Joe also has a 3-touchdown, 140-yard game against Marysville Pilchuck. Ben throws for 360 yards and 5 touchdowns in that game, including 26 receptions, which is a Bellingham record. So pretty cool things all around. Watching us play. When's the last time we played the other team, Mike?
Yeah.
Watching us play in what was the only thing I could describe was a monsoon. Hurricane, and watching Sonny Powell come out of the backfield and level who is probably going to be the first team all-conference quarterback in Nolan Wright, and set the tone and just have that competition. Look up in the stands and watch Seaholm Bellingham again. It was awesome. So that's probably number 3 or number 4, and just to watch us trail probably roughly 40 of the 48-minute game, trailing for 47 minutes, and then we went from a passing game, we went to a wildcat option, put Joe back in from Ben, and we come down, we march down the field, and the Frost train pounds it in to beat a ranked Granite Falls team. Yeah. So I would have to say that's my last big moment. One thing we learned as we go into the next season is this conference is no joke. This conference is legit. There's 4 teams out of this conference in the playoffs, and I would say in the first round game, every team's probably favored by 40-plus points to win their first round matchup. That's how strong this conference is. But we know what it's about. We're excited to be back in it, and we know how to prepare better next year. And we have we have a great group of seniors that are heading out, but we have a great group of underclassmen that I think is going to take us next level, and I think they're going to be ready and getting after it in the off season.
And I agree with all those highlights. I think my greatest highlight was to watch Ben Leonard, who didn't really know himself before he came out there this season, really what he was going to do. He's going to play wide receiver. He was going to, and I watched throughout the spring and the summer and him and Joe working out together and just different things. But what really stood out to me was how well Ben has stepped up as that quarterback and already breaking his brother's records, which I always thought it was going to be this little guy over here that was going to be the guy that was going to be breaking brothers' records. But Ben's already come out and just showed what he's made of.
We're really proud of the way I'm really proud of the way Ben stepped up for his teammates, took on a role he hasn't done since he was this age out here. Now, some people don't realize that Ben's got a couple championships under his belt from this age group, playing quarterback and playing for some really good coaches. So he has the experience doing it. He also knows my offense very well. Right. The fact that we live together. So, but you're right. We were looking over this guy over here, thinking he might be the next record breaker. But I think Ben had other plans, and as he continues to grow and his leadership continues to develop, and the relationship he has with his receiver is going to be back next year, it's going to be quite special. I think I just got done with the all-conference meeting last night, and I had a lot of coaches saying some real positive things about our young guys, and that bodes well for our future.
You bet. And like you said, the #1 conference, the SEC of high school football, is right here in Whatcom County. I mean, unbelievable to see the 4 teams that are going on: Linden, Anacortes, Archbishop Murphy, and of course Seaholm in that 4th spot. All of those guys are going to take it at least 1, maybe 2 levels, I think, in the state tournament.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, once you get past those top 4 teams, you start looking at Squalicum and Lakewood and Burlington and Bellingham. I mean, those teams I just named could be competitive to some of these first-round matchups.
Playoff teams themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I was told that last night by a lot of the league coaches. I mean, this is just a tough conference. I mean, and you look at a team like Burlington last year who didn't win a game. They come out and win 3-4 games, and these are tough wins, and they're a good team.
Yeah.
I would take them in a lot of first-round matchups. They made it. I mean, look at Squalicum. Squalicum really. I mean, I know the score was closer with 38 to 20, but Squalicum got on top of us early, and they're a heck of a team. But we came back, and one thing about our kids, we're never going to quit. And I know it kind of upset some of the Squalicum guys over there. We were keep fighting and running the ball and passing all over the place. But hey, we want to score. We want to make sure on the newspaper in the morning it looks a little closer than it was. And
one of the things I want to stop you a second, because one of the things that I saw in some of the social media was some of the Squalicum folks complaining that we left our varsity guys in and they put their JV guys in. The problem is, to me, is you're teaching those guys to continue to play and fight and go get it. Mm-hmm. And I was really impressed and proud of how the Bayhawks did. They did not roll over. They easily could have stayed at halftime in the locker room, but they didn't. So, yeah, I mean, that's one of those points.
Well, I do know that Squalicum, put some of their backup guys in terms of their offense. I watched at the end of the game where their entire secondary, their varsity secondary was out there. Lucky Fagawatu was out there, who's an absolute stud. I think they took Marcus Nixon out there, but Malachi Smith was out there. Their secondary was out there. So I don't know what they were saying because they had their defense out there the entire game.
Yeah. All right, so the season wraps up. Basketball and wrestling is knocking on the door. As Eddie said, wrestling is the best sport in the entire country. Coach Leonard and I both don't agree with that totally. But tell me what needs to be done for the Bayhawks to be a more competitive team next year. What has to happen? What kind of changes need to be made?
Well, earlier in this interview, we talked about some of the good things, some of the the identity of our receivers, the identity of Ben Leonard at quarterback. We know we have that. We love what Tyree Jackson's going to bring next year. But as all my coaches have said, and I agree with this, and this is my one, I want to get this group together, is we need to build our offensive line. Whether that's working with our offensive line coaches, bringing in new offensive line coaches, just getting that unit together. They need to eat together. They need to sleep together. They need to work out together, lift together, and learn their scheme together because that is the foundation. Yeah. That is the foundation. I could have Patrick Mahomes back there at quarterback and Adrian Peterson running the ball, but if I don't have an offensive line in front of him, it doesn't mean anything. And what I want to do is we have some returning offensive linemen. We have a couple C-team guys that have been really showing out in C-team game. I mean, Sebastian Bowers at running backs getting last couple of games getting 15 yards of carry over the left side because of our guard and tackle combination. We see those two guys, Jacques Rodson and Aaron Chasse coming up, and Aaron's little brother's actually right over here, and he's a stud himself. Oh my goodness! But he'll be a Bayhawk. But watching those guys come up and play varsity, we want them to get that cohesive unit. And, that's the key. If we can do that, we can do a lot of great things next year. It starts up front, starts with the foundation and the base of your building, and that's our offensive line. So working with those guys and in the off season and getting them ready for spring ball, we're going to be hungry at spring ball. It's almost May, right?
Yeah, it's only the first week of November, so you've got a little bit of time. But I know that your wheels are already turning, and we are really looking forward to the 2025 season. You got a great senior class for next year. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch what they're going to be able to do.
Well, absolutely. And don't forget about basketball season, wrestling season, of course, spring ball for baseball. We got a lot of these Bayhawk football players going to be on the diamond here in the spring. So we got a lot of fun sports. It's a great group of kids, and just love the coaching staff as we come up. And you'll see me probably sitting on the bench over in basketball, and you'll definitely see me over sitting on my bucket calling pitches for baseball. But we still got another game tomorrow.
One more game.
Focused on that. We got a lot of another game, a banquet coming up to celebrate all the great accomplishments we've had this season, both individually and as a team. So we're looking forward to all those things.
Yeah, and I know how it's going to be for you. Football's not going to end. It's just going to take a little hiatus, and then it'll crank right back up after the holidays or even before the holidays. So I want you to know I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you putting up with my crap and all the questions and bugging you all the time, but I really appreciate you.
Well, Mike, we appreciate everybody M&B Broadcasting for all the coverage of our events. I know my father appreciates it. He wish he had a little bit better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi. We're going to change that. We're going to make it change.
He gets to watch his grandson play, and even when you broadcast the Knights game earlier, he gets to watch that as well. So he's really excited about that, and we appreciate all the coverage and the dedication that M&B Broadcasting brings for our Bayhawk program. We're making all the other schools jealous by having this really great opportunity to showcase our great young men in our program.
Good, Coach. That's what we want to do. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Yep. There he is, the one and only Adam Leonard. Hey, I'll be right back. I just want to give one last thank you. I'll be back. Hey, I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Week number 10 is upon us. It's come by and gone so quickly. I hope you've enjoyed the Coaches Corners that we put together. I want to thank Sarah. I want to thank Big Red. I want to thank Tyler, those guys that have helped throughout the season. I definitely want to say thank you to the coaching staff, Adam Leonard, all the kids, all the guests we've had. It's been so much fun being able to be an idiot like I am and bring it to you right there in your living rooms. More importantly, thank you for watching. Thanks my sponsors. I appreciate every one of them. Please make sure you just say hi. Give them a phone call and say you heard us right here on the Coach's Corner. Last thing I'm going to plug, please thumb us up, subscribe. We're almost at 200 subscribers. Share it with some friends, and of course, run the time and watch us. What a great season this has been. We're going to do one more Coach's Corner as kind of a recap. I've got lots left in us. Baseball around the corner. Thanks so much for watching. Uncle Mike saying good night now. All right. I just wanted to say thank you to all the seniors. It's been such a great time having all of those great seniors, and I am looking so forward to watching what you do in the future, whether you play ball or you go on into the real world and just be part of the real world. Don't ever forget, you're a Bayhawk Raider at heart, and come back and join us. Uncle Mike saying good night now.